I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. A lake te ate apples and bananas. A lake te ate apples and bananas. E leak te eat apples and bananas. E leak te eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. Oh, look to oat, apples and bananas. Oh, look to oat, apples and bananas. Ooh, look to oot, apples and bananas. Ooh, look to oot, apples and bananas. I like to eat.
A is for apple, apple. B is for bull, bull. C is for cat, cat. D is for dog, dog. E is for elephant, elephant. F is for fish, fish. G is for gorilla, gorilla. H is for hat, hat. I is for igloo, igloo. J is for juice, juice. K is for kangaroo, kangaroo. L is for lion, lion. M is for monkey, monkey. N is for nose, nose. O is for octopus, octopus. P is for pig, pig. Q is for question, question. R is for ring, ring. S is for sun, sun. T is for 10, 10. U is for umbrella, umbrella. V is for van, van. W is for watch, watch. X is for box, box. Y is for yellow, yellow. Z is for zoo, zoo.
Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a goose kissing a moose? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail? Down by the bay, down by the bay. Let me hear ya. Where the watermelons grow, back to my home I dare not go. For if I do, my mother will say, did you ever see a fly wearing a tie? Down by the bay. Did you ever see a spider drinking apple cider? Down by the bay.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Okay, so we just want to ask you a couple questions about Veterans Day.
Okay.
So, what's Veterans Day about?
What is Veterans Day about? The veterans. And what is a veteran? A veteran is an individual who has served in our military. Could be Air Force, could be Army, could be Navy, and there are other branches as well. So it's someone who has served their military service time.
We heard that you're a veteran, right?
I am a veteran.
So, what's your story?
What's my story? Well, I was 18 years old, and I had a birthday came up, and at a certain time of the year they had a draft, and my draft number was 17. My best friend called me and said, "What's your number?" I didn't know. He knew. He said, "You're 17, you're going in." And he was 300 and something, so he didn't go in. So I got drafted. So in January of 1971, I went down to LA and got drafted, inducted. And we thought we were going to Fort Ord, but spinal meningitis broke up, so they sent us in January to Fort Lewis, Washington, where I did my basic training. And then from there I went to Fort Benjamin Harrison in Indianapolis for steno school. I was a stenographer. I was taught shorthand and typing, and we were promised we would work for a colonel and above. So in Nam, my first 6 months I worked for a full bird colonel, and then my second 6 months I worked for a 2-star general in just outside Saigon. It was called Long Binh, Vietnam.
And would you say being a veteran, does that make you proud for your
Oh,
country?
very proud. And at that time, there was a lot of battles going on here in the States because they hated the draft, didn't like Vietnam War, and here we were hearing all this political garbage that was going on in the States, and we were already over there serving our country, and we were there, we thought, because our country sent us over there to protect it, and yet we're having problems in the States, so it was difficult. But I grew up in the military. I loved it. And at first you become a number, and then later you become a person, and they recognize you for who you are.
What would you say to all the kids who want to be a veteran one day or serve in the military?
My reaction is that everyone should go in the military. A lot of kids don't know what they're going to do at 18, 19 years old after they get out of high school. And I grew up. Basic training was the old basic training. We had to really work hard because we were in Fort Lewis. It rained all the time, and at 4 in the morning we're out in the rain. We didn't want to, but we had to. And so you just had to have a great attitude with that. There were things we may not wanted to do, but we were there to do it, and we were there to do it with a smile and serving our country. When I went to Vietnam, I fell in love with the Oriental people. There is something for everyone in the military. If you're handicapped or even special needs or anyone, there are positions that you can work and that you can serve your country. At that time, I was in what we call a 2-year draft situation. But because of Vietnam, I was only in the military 19 months. I went from a private to a sergeant in that amount of time. So there are things that people can do, and one for everyone. And I felt I grew up. I loved it, and fell in love with the people that were over there. And no matter what you do in life, it is great. But I wasn't just Mr. Davies' son or my brother's little baby brother. And so I got to be me. And again, that's an attitude that you need to learn in school on the way up to college. I went to a year at college, but then got drafted, so I left college and then went in the military. Later, I was able to get some college again because of my military status, but I love the military, and I think it's great for everyone.
Well, that's all the questions.
Okay.
Thank you for serving our country.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
That's